that there are four distinctive pieces of our Chicago program here at the University of Illinois College of Law. First off, we have a number of fantastic classes that are being taught up in Chicago. They're not just all remote classes, they're not just being sort of externships. These are classes that are being taught by live instructors for the most part, and many of the folks that are teaching are at the top of their fields. For example, we teach a class called Advanced Trial Advocacy as part of our Jerome Mirza Trial Academy, and that's taught by some of the best trial lawyers in Chicago, including one of our alums, Kimball, who's the course director. So I would say that that's the first thing. The second thing that the Chicago program offers is a number of opportunities to do part-time law clerk opportunities paid with a variety of Chicago firms. Many of them are in smaller and mid-sized firms, but we also tend to see those positions in larger firms sometimes as well, depending on the firm's need. We also offer a wide variety of externships that students can take advantage of. So for example, perhaps working with federal judges or working with the Cook County State's Attorney's Office would be a couple of examples of externships that our students have handled as part of the Chicago program. And finally, we have a number of Chicago program events. And the events are designed to connect our Chicago program students to our more than 7,000 Chicago alumni that are nearby. So those are the four elements of the Chicago program.
Students who are contemplating our course should understand what we're trying to teach. We're trying to teach the skills that we use every day in the practice of commercial trial work here at Winston and Strawn and other large law firms around the country. We're teaching them to examine witnesses, to produce highly polished legal writing, to stand up in front of judges and argue contested cases. We're teaching them depositions and jury selection and all the skills that they need to be a commercial trial lawyer. But we've also integrated into the program a professional responsibility component. We are teaching them to identify professional responsibility issues, in other words, ethical issues that arise in the course of a commercial trial practice, and to handle them as they arise and to state the obvious before it's too late.
I think one of the greatest benefits is having a really small class size. It allows us to have a close connection with the teachers since they're all real practitioner in a law firm. I like it because it's very easy to network. You don't have to drive 2 hours from Champaign to Chicago, and you can just set up coffee breaks and hop on the train to meet a lot of people every week, and that's a really good benefit for me.
I get a chance to talk to the supervising attorneys that I work with. I get to help with the partners on their cases. I get to see real life cases going on. I get to see, unfortunately, the victims in some of our personal injury cases. And it's not just theoretical, as the cases that we've read in constitutional law. This is real people, real cases, and so getting that along with the attorneys that are teaching all these classes, getting their perspectives. And so I think it takes someone out of Champaign, out of theoretical, and gives them more of the real world experience that everyone's looking for.
My experience in the Chicago program was really beneficial to the work that I do now because the classes were very practical, especially the Advanced Trial Advocacy class. I'm currently doing commercial litigation, and the skills we learned in that class, such as writing motions for summary judgment, writing direct and cross outlines for witnesses, those are things that I do in practice now. I would tell an Illinois law student currently considering the Chicago program to definitely do it. I thought it was a great experience for me. I think getting experience with a firm in Chicago was really invaluable to my job search and ultimately landing the job that I got.
I think it's fair to say that the Chicago program has been very successful over the course of the past several years. It's led directly to employment opportunities for our students. And I see that typically in a couple of ways. One very common way is that students will end up working with a firm part-time during the Chicago program. And the firm is often impressed and sometimes may have a need. And so the student ends up landing a full-time opportunity as a result of that clerkship. The other very common thing that we see in the Chicago program is a student may make a connection with an alum or with one of their faculty members, and that connection ultimately facilitates a full-time position. So I think those are the two major ways that we've seen success in the employment market, and I think a lot of our students that have done the program are very pleased with those outcomes.